Hello.
Hi dear, how are you?
Good.
Good.
Now you can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yeah. How are you guys?
Good, thank you.
Very good, very good. What about you? How has been your week? Great?
Yes, so. Middle
Okay.
great, middle not so. Yeah.
Okay,
But yeah.
cool. So you will share with us some insight later on, yeah?
I will.
Cool. Okay, great, awesome. Now, as we usually begin with saying, let's say, bring out some content, information, and then later on, we always trying to keep some slot for the question. The goal of today, and maybe even for the next time, because this topic might take some time, longer time, and we want to go a little bit deeper. And it is about still content organically on your website as a blogger. In that case, you can call yourself blogger, but let's say how a blog does it work.
Just in general, different content, how to create. So today we want to talk more about the blogging style, right? Like, but throughout the next few weeks, what we want to talk about in general is how to create content. Because we felt very, like I said last week, we didn't know how to do so, right? So anyway, sorry, Davide, continue.
Okay, yeah, no, so basically this is what we are going to share, and primarily is how we can actually reach more people and in an organic way, simply because we started completely from scratch, but directly with paid advertising. So we didn't have so much experience about how could we possibly go and find people organically. And we started to jump on Instagram, start to be more active in terms of tagging, tags, keyword, whatever, and trying to create, providing some value also to the kind of platform, which will be slowly connected through my YouTube channel idea that I have, where I also provide value. And then what Caroline I'm going to share with you is about how she basically build, or it's building right now in process, different content, different blogs for her own bachata course online, right?
Yes.
So that's what we will do today.
Yes. So I think that why don't I just no? Let me just start like this. So I was doing a lot of different research, to be honest, because I didn't feel like I found in SFM like the proper knowledge on how to create a blog. So I found different how to say content out there, and actually what I came up with is that there is 3 different type of blog posts. And the first one is called wait, let me, because I don't have my notes right here today, but anyway, I will remember it from the top of my head. So the first one is a response post, and it's about 1,300 to 1,500 words. So it's what they call like a quicker type of blog post, where you directly answer a question, like a direct question. And when we normally have our funnel of information generally regarding our own business, we always have like a broader perspective than more like a solution aware, problem aware, solution aware. And then we go down into the niche aware, and then we go really into the very, very hot audience, which is at the top, the bottom, sorry, of the funnel. This type of response post is actually for the more niche and problem aware audience. So it's actually for a much smaller audience. So and the reason for it is because, first of all, in order to be quite niche related, it needs to be quite direct. People are very specific what they want to know, so you don't have to write a long article about it. It can be shorter, can be more straight to the point. The style of the writing should be more like to a friend. So it's like, if you imagine if you have a friend in front of you and that friend is asking you a certain question, and then how would you answer that question in 1,500 words, basically. Now, in order to create that type of blog post, because it can seem a little bit, oh my god, 1,500 words, how can I write, you know, one question and then fill out 1,500 words, which is like more or less 3 word pages. So how they do is basically you have your title, which is also going to be your keyword, and I will share with you in a minute how to actually find those keywords in a second. I just want to first explain a little bit more about this response post, because I think it's quite important, especially when starting out. So how to write it is that you have your title, and then you have basically the next thing that you will do is that you create a paragraph of 4 to 5 sentences. And those 4 to 5 sentences is what actually should be the direct answer. So imagine if you want to completely answer to the question in only 4 to 5 sentences. So it's straight to the point, really
spot on.
Yeah, spot on, exactly. And why we need to do this is because we want Google to use that paragraph as a snippet. And I'm going to show as well, I'm going to share my screen and show what a snippet means. So yeah, wait a second, David.
Yeah, it's okay.
So that's really important. After you've done that, what then you have to do is create 4 to 5 again under headlines or under subtitles, which is going to be okay. So let's imagine that we are writing about, okay, I will take an example in my own case. I just did an article about intimacy, and what I wrote is that which are the 4 types of intimacy. That was my title. And what I did is that I had my snippet, and after I created my snippet, I created then the 4, like my 4 underlines was then each type of intimacy. So I put it up like that. Once you have created those under subtitles, then basically what you have to do is that you have to write about 400 words, 300 to 400 words of each under segment, let's call it like that. So in the end, how you end up writing is actually, first of all, by structuring it, and then after that you fill in the information. And the amount of research you should do in order to create one blog post should be about 20 to 30 minutes. Don't go more crazy. Don't do days and weeks of research for only one blog post. It's more important to get smaller keywords where there's not so much traffic and not so much competition on them, and then just get content out there. That would be my suggestion.
Okay.
So maybe let's go.
I share the screen where you can see what we mean by snippet.
Yeah.
Snippet. Snippet. So you can see the screen, right? So this is a Google page. I went in and typed intimacy, right? And what it comes down here is this dictionary, and then there is this people also ask. So these 4 things, it depends on the topic, is called snippet. And basically specific question with a straightforward answer and a link where you can go and read more about.
Which is then linking, of course, to the article where they chose the snippet from. The thing is that you can't say to Google when you're creating a blog post, you can't actually say to them, hey, I want to be in the snippet. So what you have to do is that you have to just write out your blog, and Google automatically will choose the best answer to that specific question. Sorry, David, if you can just share it one more time. So if you just roll down a little bit to the snippet. Okay, so as you can see here, it says here, what are the 4 types of intimacy? Okay, obviously because I did some research on this topic, so these are the things that comes up for me. But anyway, so here are the 4 different types of intimacy, and this is the best answer to this question that Google found throughout all the different type of blog posts which are out there.
Or let's say I will Google how to write a blog, no?
Yeah, you can.
Just to give you an example. blog. Here there is add, and this, here we go.
So there's a snippet as well.
Yeah.
And the snippet area, as you can see, normally is quite, it's always on the front page, and it's quite up actually. So you can really gain a lot of traffic into your website if you win the snippet. And especially when starting out, because when you are a brand new blog and a brand new website, Google is not gonna at all give you a chance on the bigger keywords. And this is simply because Google want to give the best experience to their users. So if you are a brand new website and a brand new blog post, basically they have no information about who you are, what type of content you're sending out, if the users are happy, and if it's actually useful what you're writing. So they will never give you the traffic. They will always give the traffic to the bigger companies, to the bigger blog posts out there. So what you can do and what you should do is to actually write about in the funnel in a much more niche specific topics and areas, and then there you can, because there is less competition, you are easily to get then ranked higher quicker. So that's why it's very important to actually win the smaller keywords, especially when starting out. So definitely focus on these response posts in the beginning. Then we have another two type of blog posts, and one is the pillar post and one is the stable post. And so the difference here is more actually in the length of the blog. So one is 2,500 words and one is 3,500 words. And this is, of course, how do you say, debatable. Like, it doesn't have to be exact, but this is just around that roughly, word count. Yeah, that word count that kind of Google likes. Because, of course, if you have a long PDF file, it's too heavy to go through for the users. But if there is like a medium length where you really go in depth and really clarify a topic much more in depth, then definitely let's say that's valuable for a reader.
Yeah. So Google will start to have you as a best friend of their users.
Yes. So basically when you have more content out there, I'm still only also in the beginning of my new organic traffic experience here, but
I haven't started yet. So.
Yeah, because we were focusing more on the paid one. But I think that this is really, really so useful and so important to start out with simultaneously with your paid advertising. So regardless if you want to do paid or not paid, still organic and content creation is kind of a must.
Yeah.
And we just started so late because we didn't really know how to. And I'm sure that there's more of you guys out there who also thinking how to. So that's why we really want to go in depth with this subject.
And you need to think in that way that, of course, paid marketing is more of an instant result. You're paying your budget daily, such as the least budget. I think on Facebook you can start to budget even with €5 a day. You know, it's really reasonable, but not everyone have access to those money in our, like especially in this situation. So what we do is that organically is always the best way to grow a right word, I will say, strongly and grounded for the long run. So if you are in the business that you wanna stay in the market for the long run, then I really recommended you to actually start a strategy on your organic strategy, so you can actually progress for the long run. And then simultaneously, if you can, going for paid advertising, it just gives you more of a quicker result and more an analysis to compare. That's what it's all about.
You reach a bigger audience instantly instead of by
over time.
Yeah, over time.
And actually, sorry to there was also these things that you told me, that usually when you write blogs and you have a strategy of write one blog per week, for example, then Google will actually start to let's say appreciate this after a consistent, maybe 3-6 months of time, even 1 year sometimes, where after that they start to consider you, oh, this is actually real, he's a real person and giving great content around. Let's show to more people this content. Let's see how
they will rank it automatically higher in
yeah.
the keywords.
So it doesn't come now. It's always on a scale later.
Yeah.
As you know, probably also Stuart, he's a Van Life fan, right? And he say, I have a plan for 2 years to grow organically. So he also is very aware that he's gonna providing value on a weekly basis, and plus he's gonna have some affiliate program in terms of products that they need, maybe. And there also content with blog posts on tips and tricks, how to do it from scratch, how to build it from scratch, and so on. So he's in the game for the long run, and content value is the most important things that you can give to your audience.
Yeah, I think that this is really important, the fact of being in it for the long run, because especially when growing organically, and especially when you want to be ranked into Google without without faking the ranking, because Google will anyway find out.
Yeah.
Is patience. So really be patient when you start out, and be consistent. Those are kind of the two most important things. Especially when doing organic.
Well,
and yeah, like David said, it's gonna grow. Suddenly it's gonna be like this. How I read about it is that it goes a little bit like this, and you're thinking, oh my god, nothing happens, and then suddenly it goes like that. So they call it like the hockey stick. So it's like the form of the shape of a hockey stick. So it's not like gradually like this, it's more like that. In terms of the traffic guided to your website. Yeah. Now, 2 ways how to earn money. David just touched a little bit about it. 2 ways is basically affiliate links or commercials. So you can also have commercials on your blog post.
It's AdSense.
Yes,
right?
it's asked that people contact you and want to be on your blog post, but obviously they don't want to be on a website where there's only one blog post. So this is also not the first one, the first month or 2 months, but it's further down the line. You can definitely earn a quite decent amount of money.
Yeah. So traffic is key.
Affiliate links and stuff. Yeah. So traffic definitely is the key if you go through. Well, in general, traffic will always be very, very important, but definitely the amount of traffic is super, super important when you are having an organic blog post. Yeah, I think that I covered kind of the beginning steps of it. Actually, sorry, I just want to add on one thing. There is very important how you set up and what you actually have inside your blog post. So maybe, David, can we show mine one? I think it's easier to if you go on my website. It's easier to just show it while I speak. And so basically, we need to have, of course, a title. Yeah, so this is the most important, is the title. Then after, just go on that one. Yeah, so you have a title here. I'm just gonna show it with the mouse here. So this is a title, 4 types of intimacy, and straight underneath, and this is, by the way, has to be in H1. Yeah, so H1 size. Then we have our H2s. Our H2s is the subheadline. So this is a question. And then here I have my snippet. So my snippet is here, the one that we talked about before. And actually this is included in the snippet because I showed the different type of intimacy. Then we have pictures. And by the way, sorry, I just wanted to say, so this is H2, and this is just a normal paragraph. When you have same size, you can just bold it like I have here. Yeah. Then we come down here, we have pictures. Very important, when you upload the pictures, you must have a title on your picture, kind of telling what is on the picture. And the reason for this is because Google cannot see, they can only read. So when you have a picture there, if you're not writing any title on your pictures when you upload it, they don't know that there is a picture. So put a title on your picture, and here I just put, I don't know, holding hand, couple, smiling, something like that. Then is a under, let's say, a continuation of my blog post, another picture, again the same thing, another sub headline here, and here we have H3. So this is the under, how do you say, under divisions, I think I can call it. So we have our sub headline, and then we have the division H3, and then normal paragraph H3, normal paragraph, picture, same thing again, H3, normal paragraph, and so on and so forth, another picture and another sub headline. So as you see, it's kind of set up here, and I have then learn more, that then you can learn more about it. You can go, this one actually connects into my landing page, so you can buy immediately the coursing.
And then they can leave a comment and share.
Yes, they can leave a comment. Yes, they can leave a comment. They can, and they have to leave their email in order to do that.
Okay.
Now, so in this one, I have a call to action. This is, let's say, I would say that it would be a good idea to have a call to action, but not in all of your blog
Not
posts.
in every one of them.
So yeah, so some of them you will throw out there without any call to action. Some of them you will have call to action. Some of them you have 2 call to actions. So it depends a little bit on your subject and on the situation. But definitely what I just wanted to show is how to actually set it up. So it's very important that you have the different sizes in your headlines, because again, Google is actually checking these things. So in the front end you can't see it, but if you go into the coding of the website, you will be able to see that this is H1, this is H2, this is paragraph, and then come down here, there's H3 as well. So they like when it's set up, and it's very, yes, and that it's very clear for them to, for the audience to read it, and in order to
cool.
Get the content.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
Actually that's really important that you do those things. Don't just write everything in a paragraph, because they will think that it's just one long tiring tiring text. So yeah, I think that was it, what I have just to begin with, and then we can, if you have any questions or anything, we can talk about it, or even regarding last time we talked a bit about.
Yeah, so let's jump into questions, if you have any. Otherwise, we'll find how to spend some time.
Why I said that I am so was exactly this reason with the blogging, because you know, I'm reading in the group, like everyone is writing blogs and all these things, and they are tagging some stuff, and I don't really have any idea how to do that. So this was a great topic for me today, just to realize. And my question is the following: if I would have one website to promote SFM as affiliate, and if I would want to, if my niche, let's say, are people who are doing film production and they want to grow in this kind of art field, like to do artistic things, I don't know how to mix these 2 topics. Should I leave one website only for SFM and have another website where I'm going to create different content and I'm going to attract different people? Because this is really messy in my head at the moment.
Okay. So if I can explain, let's say I can ask you a question. In terms of promoting your own field, yeah? What is the goal of that, like in that field? What do you want to do? Do you want to promote SFM as an opportunity to those people like you, that they might, let's say, find difficult how to create a consistent income over time, and they can do this as a part-time while they focus with their passion in terms of acting and film production and so on? Or it's just content purely related to them and promoting other products? For example, I don't know, a camera that they use for filming, lighting that they use for filming. So this is, I would like to ask you, which is the goal of promoting those type of people?
That's a complicated question. Well, I obviously want to make these people come to SFM and be in SFM students, because this is going to help them so much to grow in whatever they want to do. But then on the other hand, I think with the time I will be wanting to promote different things on this website, like courses for production or courses for cinematographers, or, you know, kind of affiliate different courses. So
yes, so what you can do is that actually it's very nice idea, by the way. And what you can do is that you actually create your own hobbies and how you can actually, how you make a living in your life. And then you have a section of your, let's say you begin with acting, for example. So you explain your experience and how you currently make a living, or what do you do as a digital marketer, as another part of your own, let's say, a skill that you learn. So people have different section on the website that of course can go and find you. Now, this is exactly the same idea that I wanted to do.
Sorry, David, I just want to ask you, do you mean, is that in one website or two?
One website, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
wow.
But
yeah, it was not clear for me. I thought maybe.
no, it's one website. Thank you for making it clear.
Yeah.
But the reason is because if you want to do it organically, you go and put out there with all your skill. That's what I'm thinking. Then when it comes to paid advertising, then you might use a landing page that they are more specific. But at the end of the day, when people are connecting with you and with who you are, they will relate it to Jenna, that is a digital marketer and an actress, and is a film producer, whatever else you want to add. So you present yourself as a full package of a person which is formed through those years.
Yeah, I think this is very important, because we shouldn't be afraid of being something else than a digital marketer and an SFM affiliate. I mean, this is just a part of it, right? And I think that's fine, and this is good actually, to show that this is not only what you do, but that you actually have different things. So don't be afraid to try different how do you say areas out and actually mix it together. We also don't hide the fact that we're still ballroom dancers. You know, like, this is just a part of who we are. We are ballroom dancers and digital marketers. You know, but for us, we were actually opposites. We were really, really scared in the beginning in the dancing world to talk about the digital marketing, because it's so focused, you know, and you have to be a certain way and stuff like that. But actually, we feel so liberated from actually just talking about it and saying, this is also what we do. Like, this is also a part of us, you know. So I think that you should do that, definitely, like mixing it.
Yeah.
Right?
So one more very complicated question.
Yeah.
Like,
there is no very complicated question. It's just how my brain can respond to it. Go.
So if I would have only this one website, when I'm building my email list, and if I would like to promote something different than SFM on this email list, and if I would send to my leads, or, you know, the people from the list, if I would send a particular information what is not connected to SFM, how would they respond to this? Because I personally signed off of a list of someone who was promoting like digital skills and something like that, and then he sent me an email for something different, like whatever he was doing, and I was like, this guy messed up all the topics. I signed up for digital skills, and now he's sending me promotion of dating or something else, and I straight away unsubscribed. And then I felt stupid, because actually he was doing digital marketing, but he was doing also this kind of stuff, and I kind of missed the opportunity to be earlier in this business because I was confused.
Okay, yes. So this is actually a very good question. So in Aweber, you can create different lists. And when you create it, I think you showed it when you were doing your Convertry webinar. I don't know if you were on that one, but David showed it on the landing page. And when you create your subscription, the small little box where people put their email and name, you can decide which list that person subscribes to.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
So,
it.
for example, we have one Aweber only subscription, but then we have 4 different lists. So one is the leads list, so the SFM affiliate list. So that's the first list that people go on to. And then if they upgrade, they automatically actually unsubscribe from this one and goes into the next one, which is then the application. From there, actually, we need to also update our system now, because when the application goes out of, when it only becomes the all-in offer, then they go immediately into this list. Yeah. So this is then when they are essential members, and then after that they go into, then they unsubscribe to this one and subscribe into our elites list. So where they're full members and they're paying monthly. Yeah. So this is like 4 different lists that we have. And we have created it so that when people subscribe in our landing page with our SFM affiliate list, then automatically they go into the leads list. So the first one I was talking about. And then automatically you can create inside a web that automatically when they're upgrading from one of the emails, they automatically get unsubscribed and then subscribe to the next list. So they don't get double. Yeah. And it's not something we manually have to do, but it happens as the person goes on. So this is quite actually interesting to do. And as well, I just want to add one thing as well, is that actually now when I'm creating my bachata business, I'm having then a 5th list for those people. So I have a 5th list that is about dancing business and has nothing to do with the rest. So they don't interfere with each other. They're running like in separate lanes, and in all of them you can create follow-up series, and in all of them you can create email campaigns. Yeah,
perfect. That was my main confusion.
Yes,
cool.
And you can also make different segmentations, and there is like so many different options that you can do. And we can definitely do a webinar as well about Aweber, because it sounds like that will be useful. Let
me ask you a question, Jenna. How is the process going? I remember you were insecure with the Elite or with Import Expert, right? What are your thoughts now?
You know what? I got messed up this week. That's why I said I'm up and down, because I did something really stupid. Like, it's gonna be on the recording, but I got scammed from a stock marketing platform. Mm-hmm. So I had to deal with this, because that was a lot of money, and this money was actually to upgrade to I was dealing with this the whole week actually, and trying to write complaints or whatever. But I'm still not convinced what to do. Let's say I'm gonna find money and I'm gonna do it, but I see myself struggling a little bit with this affiliate business, because there's so many questions which I haven't. I know how to create the website, but I still didn't start, because I'm thinking, what if I just have this website there? I am not that kind of person who is writing blogs. I think everything what I'm writing, it doesn't, I have to do a proper course to learn. I mean, now I know how to do the, kind of like blogging, how to write it. But still, this is not in my blood. Like, there are people who just want to write and they write and deliver value.
Sure.
So
to be honest, I'm also not like that, but it's just learning by doing, I think.
And
regarding that.
And if I can, suggest you the best ever things that I can tell you is just get started. Because when I did it, I had no clue, I had no idea how to build a website, but I did it. It was looking like crap, but I did it, and then with time you change. But if we never put ourselves in this place of uncomfort, where we know that there is some question that I would like to answer, that they might not be there at the time, you go and search for them. It will require time, but go put yourself out there and test it. Do it.
And then once you have created, like, let's say there's something which is stopping you or holding you back, once you find the answer on that, you're gonna feel so great. You're gonna feel so proud of yourself because, wow, I actually did it. I accomplished it. And then on to the next, on to the next. So constantly push yourself a little bit, right, out of the comfort zone.
It is really something that I believe it's crucial when people are at the beginning, because I was myself. I had so many questions that I didn't know where to start from. And my brain was, yeah, but if I start this, then what about this? And then if I do this, and what about this? Oh my God. And then if I do this, and what about this? So you start to questioning yourself over so many things that are important, but not really at the beginning, because you are in a learning curve. And we create those subconscious beliefs that stop us. Say, yeah, but first I need to find out this, because otherwise I can't move this. So what I mean is also the concept behind the question you might have. It's good that you have questions, but put it out there and trying to find the answer to the people that you can ask us, you can ask anyone that you have find a relationship and contact in this FM. We are here to help, but once you have got the answer, don't go and search for another answer. Go and take action, because that is the only answer for you at that moment that is requiring for you to move forward. Makes sense?
Yes.
Because I usually find often that I need an answer, and then I wanted to hear from more people, right?
Yeah, you're a little bit ping
more, and then you pinpoint. One say A, one say B, C, D. Okay, I write them all. I choose one that I feel is more logic behind, or I feel attached to it, and I test this. If this doesn't work, I go and try the next, because otherwise you just keep confusing yourself, and the question mark, it just stops you to get where you want.
And in the end, the person who knows best is you. Always.
Yeah.
We are, especially as women, we have an instinct, right? So go with that.
Yes, I think that's my biggest it's something like a subconscious belief what stops me, because I went through every module. Like, I finished the modules and still I'm like, fine, I don't have website. People are starting to write blogs. They started to advertise already on Bing, and I'm like, oh, I don't know where to advertise, what to do. So I really need to change, the strategy and just go for it.
Yeah, ask yourself straight question. For example, do I want to go in paid advertising, or do I want to go in organic? That's the first question you need to ask yourself, because with that, then your strategy will start.
And then you say, okay, I want
to do, I don't care about what other people do. Don't need to care. What is good for me right now? What is important for you to slowly start to build these things? Because we often compare each other with others and just make us feel miserable. This is not great things to do. We don't need to compare, because each and every one has their own journey. So what is important is you, yourself, what you can do with your potential today.
And it's also not final anyway. So the decision that you take now, let's say you say right now in this situation, because you were scammed and all of these things, right now I can do organic. Fine. What is the next step? Okay, in order to do organic, and then you create kind of, okay, I need to do this, 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 and this. And then you start, and you, okay, fine, I need to learn how to blog. Okay, let me research it. Okay, I got information, fine, let me try. Like you say, like Davide said, sorry. Learning action on that path. But it doesn't mean that in 3 months, if you find funds or whatever, and you can start doing paid marketing, doesn't mean that you can't change. You can definitely start paid marketing at a later stage. It's not like you choose now and then that's it for the rest of your life. You can always change strategies. So yeah,
I clearly, just to mention this, I clearly remember that I was comparing myself with those people that had achieved result quite quickly. So I really wanted to get also quickly.
Yeah.
So my mindset was only about result. So I did some movement that I actually, the first month, I think, I totally lost money. I think 1,000 euros, something like this, simply because I wanted to have
I was chasing
result. I was competing, and it's not a competition. Unfortunately, you know, it's just a game where you're competing with yourself, your own skill and your own ability to improve your life and make difference into other people's life.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
It's
Yes.
less than a minute, the record.
Yeah, probably the call we're
stop in
gonna
a minute.
stop very soon.
Do you have anything else you want to ask?
I will write you in the Facebook if
Yes.
something. Yeah.
Perfect.
Sure.
That's perfect. You can
Perfect.
just.
But thank you so much for this webinar. It was great topic. It was amazing on spot.
Good.
Like
Very well.
yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Very happy to hear that.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you, Enrico. Take care. And by the way, I like your video. I keep going.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
thank you, Rico.
great progress.
Very, very, very good. And guys, see you next Sunday. Yeah. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
You too. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.